Oh, Canada, we're gonna be live in 4. So thank you to all of the print fam for hanging with me. I bounced between 2 different songs there. Started with Oh Canada and went into like some other anthem I'm not familiar with. Anyway, got about, what we got? About 4 minutes to live. So y'all know that I got to share or do this whole, we're about to go live sharing thing. So if you all can also do me a favor and share that we are about to go live, that would be very helpful. I have noticed that even though like I never use Google Plus, sometimes it helps to just to share there. It seems to bring some people in. Hang on, YouTube. Fuck, I don't know, dude. It starts to feel redundant, like everything I want to say in terms of like updates, you know. Hey guys, it's Wednesday again, so come on over and hang out with me on YouTube. This will be a lot of fun. What the fuck? I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. I mean, you can only say come hang out on the podcast so many different ways, right? But anyways, if you guys are in the chat hanging with me, thanks for being here. The early birds are my favorites because when the early birds are here, at least I know, okay, at least we got this many that I can talk to tonight. So to everyone that gets here early, thank you so much. Now I'm going to share to the Print Life Facebook group, of course, that we're live. Can one of you guys also share to all of the other screen printing groups? You know, that would also be awesome. And I'm just copying and pasting. It's Wednesday again. Come hang out on YouTube. It's Wednesday again, ladies and gents. Let's party on YouTube. This is going to be so much fun. That's how I talk in real life. This whole thing you guys are familiar with, it's a persona. This is my real voice. Posted to Facebook. I think I misspelled pretty much everything on this fucking thing. Yeah, that's good enough, man. Everybody else, hook your boy up. Share the living crap out of this. It says that I'm disconnected from my chat, so I'm going to say a little something nice in the chat here. Why am I disconnected from the chat? That makes no sense. Before we officially start, we got 1 minute. I'm just going to bounce through and say what's up to everybody, man. I got everyone here, man. I feel like I can't go through and say what's up to everyone every time, but I'm seeing a lot of activity from Prototype 8, Scott King Designs, of course, Hotbox Print Studio as always, Jason Inns as always, Brian Buffka's here, and that's who I'm seeing the majority of the action from. So to all of you who are here early, thank you guys so much for being here, man. Let me think. Am I ready to go? Because I got to hit record on my audio recorder. And then I'm officially started, so I got to roll the thing. Yeah, let's do, well, 1 more minute. Depends on what clock. Yep, there it is. It's 6 p.m. And we're hitting, and we're hitting record now. And we're officially live. What's going on, Print Fam? Thanks for tuning in to the Print Life Live video podcast. But before I officially do the intro, we gotta roll the, you know, the intro music. So here we go. Hey, what's going on, Print Fam? It's your boy Cam, and welcome to the Print Life Live. If you are new, little introduction. My name is Cam. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a screen printer with roughly 10 years of printing experience and about 7 years of just poor business experience. Want to welcome you back or welcome you for the first time to the Print Life Live video podcast. This podcast is special because you get to interact with me a little bit. You know, you can call into the hotline if you got a question. You can talk with all the other Print Fam members in the chat. If you want to lurk, that's cool. If you want to just get involved in the chat, that's cool too. You do you here, because I'm going to do me, and everyone else is doing them too. So welcome, everybody. It's awesome that you're here. Here's what's happening today on The Print Life. We're going to start with our industry and independent shop news. Most of that news is now gathered from our The Print Life Facebook group. And thank you in advance to everybody who posted that thing. Then as far as a business topic, I don't got one again. What else is new? If you guys have a topic that you would like me to riff on, go ahead and leave it in the chat now. Type in @ThePrintLife so that I get the little orange notification if there's something you want me to talk about, and I'll do that. Other than that, we're just going to skip over the business topic for today. And last but not least, we do the live Q&A where people call into the hotline and ask their questions or leave their comments. And then if there's none of those, then I may or may not go to the chat and answer questions in there. Also... what the hell? There's something that I made notes on, like a new thing, but I don't know what. Also, if you have, show, comment, print fam on video, hit the like button. Oh, yeah, dude. If you guys are here and you guys saw on the vlog how YouTube is asking me to get people interacting with the video. So if you're here, if you're hanging out on the live thing, go ahead and punch the thumbs up right now. If you're a core Print Fam member, of course, go ahead and pop into the comments and say a little something nice to me or to the Print Fam. Just say something. Do something. If you ain't got nothing to say, just type Print Fam was here. And then you guys, dude, I'm going to try to blast through the social media stuff because I listened to the last podcast and I take way too long going through it. So I'm going to blast through it. Follow me at Cam Earven on Instagram and Twitter. Go do that now. Subscribe to the Print Life podcast on iTunes. 5-star review and say something nice. Share my YouTube videos a lot. Please like on them, comment on them, share them. And remember, we go live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time right here on YouTube and simultaneously on the Print Life. I don't know if we're on the actual Facebook group or on the Print Life's like business page, but I'm live on one of those. I don't know. And then, yeah, if you're interested in being on this live show, man, we got to get to 100 live viewers. But once we get there, I'm going to start bringing guests in, man. I got people queued up, man. We're going to be talking with people from M&R. We're going to be talking with people from all the major ink reps. And we're not going to just let them slang their product. We're going to pick their brains. We're going to extract every ounce of knowledge they got. And guess what? We're all going to get better. But we got to get 100 live viewers going first. So let's you know, together, let's get that thing rocking and rolling. Is it news time? I think it's news time. Is it news time? Yes. Let's go ahead and move on to the industry news. Today, we're going to do like we do every day. I go in here to type in news, right? Because I have to do this to filter this shit out. And then I go most recent. And I'm just going to start at the top and work my way down from most recent to oldest. So it's weird, it kind of sucks, but the later you post your news, the more likely you are to get featured first. Excuse me. Oh god, dude. This stuff, Zevia 0-calorie soda. It's supposed to be good for you. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no caffeine free, all this shit. But it gives me the craziest something. It's not heartburn. It makes me want to, like, you know, pile drive my sternum. It's very weird. It's weird stuff. Moving on. It's time for the Print Life Shop News. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'm ready to run down the list. This is just a new voice I'm playing around with. Okay, enough of that. Kevin Gunn has submitted some wonderful shop news. Let's see what he's got to say. He saved himself a lot of work by being sick as hell on Monday and Tuesday. Had 100 shirts to print for customer. Shirts were promised for Thursday, and then he texted the customer because he prefers text communication. I feel you there for sure. And said, I'm a day behind, and he said, call me before you print. So I called, and he said, my business partner and I split up. How much will it cost me to redo my design from scratch with a new name? After talking with him, I'll be helping him brainstorm a whole new business name. He's coming up with a new logo. 100 shirts. Didn't get wasted. Such a relief. Okay, so you could have lost the fucking contract because technically the business split up, but he's redoing it. He's going to get a new identity, so you're okay. That's good news, dude. I saved you, huh? Okay, wait. I almost bit the bullet and printed them, but I remembered it was... Oh, shit. The print life strikes again, man. We're saving people from misprinting by keeping you all from doing the work that you desperately need to do to get paid. That's what I'm here for, to distract the living shit out of you. You're welcome, Kevin. Thank you for sharing, dude. I feel like I was kind of run on reading that. I didn't fully understand what was going on, but I do now. And luckily you didn't print them, dude, because that would have sucked. That kind of stuff happens to us all the time. Not so much anymore, but in the beginning. Okay. This is not news. All right. About 14 hours ago, we got some shop news from Altered Ink Print House. Let me go ahead and expand this. So... they just got their first run of shirts complete on their Hopkins 3000 from Ryonet. At the past ISS Long Beach show. Wait. Oh, okay, yeah, so you received it from the ISS Long Beach show. They did these Kelly Green shirts with a Pantone mix using the Ryonet Fusion mixing system. Had gone a step further in the process, and they did it as a discharge due to the fact that the flash still isn't hooked up. Plus, discharge is just cool as shit. Yes, it is, if it wasn't for that goddamn deadly formaldehyde that's put in this stuff, man. You know I'm 10% dumber since I started printing with the shit. Just saying. But it is awesome. I love it too. I definitely had some jacked up prints since I haven't touched a squeegee since grade school. Not bad for my first run of shirt 72, especially since with the bad one, since the customer is me. Good thing. Okay, so even if they were fucked up. This is cool. I love that monochrome, like the monochromatic type of thing, or you're tone on tone, you know, green on green. Very cool. Love the graphic, dude. Who did it for you? You know, is that your handiwork? I'm assuming it is. Very nice job, bro. Man, I like this, bro. My address is 1117 East Van Buren Street, Unit E, Phoenix, Arizona 85006. You know, I don't know. I think it would look pretty good. I'm not saying nothing, but I wouldn't be mad if I was rocking a fierce as a lion, humble as a Hawaiian shirt. I wouldn't be mad at it. Anyway, dude, very good job. You killed it. And thank you for sharing your shop news, dude. We love this kind of stuff. That's exactly the kind of shit I'm looking for. Okay, we got some... what is this? We got some shop news for Indigenous Graphics from William Century. So they got some shirts done for a local tribal member. And he got these prints on cobalt blue shirts, as shown. I'm looking at them here. No one beats our meats. But it's white on like a cobalt blue shirt. Very nice. That's what I'm looking at. They also did them on red and black shirts, and they were very happy with the shirts. And then he just got a call from the GM of their tribe's casino, and they have an opportunity to be printing 500 shirts. And they usually have 500 plus shirts printed almost on a monthly basis or more, depending on their promotions and events. Dude, that is good stuff. We have a handful of clients like that, and they literally save your shop over and over and over again. When you get a couple of those consistent accounts, life is really good. So congratulations on that, Will, bro. That's amazing. And then he just wanted to thank everyone in the print fam for just all of your guys' help, man. All the contributions you guys do to the group and answering each other's questions is beautiful. I admittedly am not as active in there. I don't know. I can only, you know, put my energy in so many places. So, but I really love that you guys have kind of picked up the slack and you do your thing on the group. So that's really awesome. And William thanks you as well. So nice shout out, bro. Thank you so much for sharing the news, William. Congratulations, dude. Cultivate that contract. If you can get 5 or 6 more of those, you're gonna be all right. Rent will be paid and food will be put on the table. Lots of questions on the Facebook group. See, this is, I mean, it's cool and it's awesome, but this is kind of what I didn't want to have happen on the Facebook group, because I didn't really, there's a million places for questions and answers. It is what it is. It's still cool. I mean, you guys have taken control of that thing anyway, man. So you do you. but it does make it a little harder to sift through the news. Here we go. But yeah, never mind, dude. Don't keep asking your questions in the print life. It's all good. All right, here we go. Vincent De La Cruz is asked. It's got some pretty good shop news. They drove 300 miles. I'm gonna expand this so I got it. Drove 300 miles to pick up a killer Riley Hopkins tabletop 2-station. Looks like a 2-station 4-color press. It's all pretty much brand new. It included the JR 4x2 press, a gallon of black lava ink, gallon of degreaser, paint scoop 18-inch squeegee, emulsion tray, 5 156 mesh screens, blue screen scrubber, all for $800. Yeah, you pretty much can't beat that, dude. You got everything you need to get started. Very cool, man. Congratulations. And I think that's it, because the last thing I'm seeing here. Oh, there's some really good news. We just posted a blog or a new vlog on the Print Life YouTube channel. So head on over there, check that out. You know, it's a week-long vlog. So, you know, it's amazing. It was cool, man. It's a different format. It's a much better format. It's way less stressful to film it and edit it because I'm not having to worry about hitting upload every day. So make sure, if you haven't seen it already, you've gone to the YouTube channel and watched the shit out of it and commented on it and liked it. Thanks in advance, guys. Most of you have, though. All the true Print family members, they've watched it. They've liked it. I think that's it. Okay, here's one. I'm going to go ahead and answer this. Jake Johnson asked, how do we post questions on the live stream? Your best bet? I'm going to answer this question because this is not shop news, but I'm going to answer it anyway, dude. And this is the last one. You got to call the hotline, 800-806-3518, and you got to hit the hidden extension, which is extension number 5. You will not be prompted to hit that. It's just for you guys. So call it in now, call in your questions, and we'll get right to it. Now, that's it, man. There's no more real shop news. I feel like some of you guys are getting a little greedy with the news, man. You could think something. What kind of news do we have here? Well, monument shop news. Okay. The week's been going same week as always. We had some really interesting things happen, but one of the highlights of this week happened today, and it will be in next week's vlog. But a very special guest, Cliffhanger, stopped by and dropped some knowledge on me, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys on the coming vlog that we'll be posting next Monday. Also, I'm shooting 2 new videos. One is a product review, and the other one is another thing that I'm gonna. It's a tip review. So we got a lot of stuff coming next couple of over this, probably sometime this week. One of them's probably gonna post tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, a lot of videos coming your way. This is the point. That's what I was trying to get to. That was the long-winded version. So, shop news is wrapped, guys. That's all we got, man. 14 minutes in, and we've already made it through all the shop news. Now I'm going to head on over to the chat and see if anyone had a business topic for me. Because if you don't, what can I say? Okay, you posted up some shop news. I'm going to refresh this thing and, oops, see if there's a little bit more shop news in there. How do I, you know? Here we go. There we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Some more stuff, guys, so I almost missed this shit. You see how that goes? Could have been bad. Let's go by most recent. All right, so the shop news is officially not over. I got some more stuff here. Let's go ahead and start. This is from my man coming through in a pinch, Brian Bufka, has created. He did some research, found me some industry shop news so that I could share it with you guys. So you guys definitely give Brian Bufka a big thanks. Thanks, Brian, just for taking some stuff off my plate. I applaud you. Keep it up, my friend. So let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to actually open this up. You may or may not see the whole thing, but this will give me... This makes it easier for me to see what's happening with this. So the headline is, this is from Promo Marketing Magazine, and it says, what the heck is going on with Cafe Press? I'm going to read this to you word for word because I don't know what's going on with it. Companies like Walmart and Cimpress, parent company of Vistaprint and National Pinco, give distributors and suppliers reasonable cause for concern as they are pulling in more business than in the past. One of the heavyweights in that category, however, seems to be in a weird free fall, and we're talking about Cafe Press. So in March, the company parted ways with Chief Operating Officer Robert D. Barton and the 2 board members, in addition to other staff members, after 22% drop in gross profit for 2017. CEO Fred Durham also slashed his own salary in an effort to save money for the company. So what's happening is last week, Cafe Press announced its first quarter 2018 financial results, which were less than stellar. So the total revenue of the company was down 20% from the same period in 2017. Total revenue. The CafePress.com's revenue was down 28%, and the total orders were down 21%. And this is what is this for? Okay, so this is for a fucking podcast for somebody, maybe PM marketing. Don't. Oh, I wish I had listened to it beforehand. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not sure why this is happening. I mean, I see that it is happening, but I'm scrolling through this, and I'm just trying to figure out what they suspect is the cause. I mean, apparently they just think companies like Walmart and Cimpress are sucking up the work. I don't know. You guys might want to check out the Promo Marketing Podcast episode 1. You know. So then maybe that'll answer the question, because I'm going to have to listen to that too as soon as I'm done here, man. I'd like to know what they think it is. You know, I mean, I wonder if Cafe Press is losing web traffic because of the new Google algorithms. I wonder if it's because Walmart and them are undercutting them. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's happening, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not 100% familiar with what. I said 100% twice. Hate it when I do that. I'm going to say it a third time, 100% sure what Cafe Press did. Okay? So that's that. Definitely check out the Promo Marketing Podcast, episode 1. That's what I would say. And also, check out the Print Life Podcast, episode 33, which will be posted tomorrow or the next day. One of those two. Probably on Friday. Yeah, Friday's our official post date for that. Sorry, I'm looking through here a little bit more. This is one of those things that I want to know what's going on, so I'm going to keep that web page up because I'm going to get back to it. Anyway, brother, thank you so much, Brian, for sharing that. It's good stuff. And then we got some more news from Patrick Duff. I can't tell what they just bought a used Raynar Elite after searching for months to replace his shitty tabletop press. And he's excited because it should be there in the next week, and he's super stoked to be getting some real equipment in the shop. Plus, it's his birthday, so it's a gift to himself. Well, happy birthday, Patrick. I'm not going to sing to you. But everybody, give Patrick a happy birthday in the chat. How about it? That would be really nice of you guys. And that's the last of it. Let me refresh this one more time. And you know, that looks like that's it. That means we're done. All right, man, let's move on to the business topic of the day, if there is one. I'm going to go to the chat and see if somebody gave me a topic in the chat. First come, first serve. What do we got? At the Print Life. I'm trying to get more business through the shop. I feel like I've hit a wall and can't get past it. Not sure what else to do past social media only. Have a Wix site. Not too good. Okay, so that could be a good one to talk about. Let's see what else we got. Prototype. Yep, you say, yeah, dude, we saved you, brother. We saved you. You are welcome, Kevin. Who else is in here? Good. I'm hurting for some more vlogs. Yeah, dude. I'm slimming the vlogs down to just once a week, but they're gonna be extended. And the first one was like 15 minutes. It was an experiment. The last one, I think we hit 19 minutes. But I'm gonna really try to shoot for that 25-minute episode that covers the entire week. That's what I'm shooting for. It's a lot more fun, dude. And it feels like, and I'm not good at it yet, but it's a new challenge because I can try to develop a story arc throughout the week, right? Like with rising action and then a conclusion at the end of the week. I haven't done it successfully yet, but I'm excited to start messing around with a little bit higher level storytelling. You guys, what's up with the printing industry, man? It's tripping me out a little bit right now. A lot of people getting involved in it. It's awesome. Got my first platinum special effect print job. Okay, Eric got his first platinum special effects print job done today. Good job, guys. Well, online advertising. Do you use it and how? That could be a good one. Organic sticker. You guys, I'm reading through here trying. Ooh, I like that. New hashtag, Cam's the man. Like it. Like it a lot. You know what sucks? Like I chose the print life, you know, and it's mine and all that stuff, but like there's also an industry, it's also an industry hashtag, and I can't really own that hashtag, which kind of sucks because it's used like industry wide. I feel like maybe that was a bad choice on my part. So all right, well, there's this one. I'm trying to get more business. I'm trying to get more business through the shop. I feel like I've hit a wall. I can't get past it. Not sure what else to do past social media. Only have a Wix site. Not too good. All right, Eric. So I guess I can riff on this. I think we've talked about this stuff before, but honestly, I change my mind on this topic all the time. And your question is, how do you get more business? And like, I don't really think I'm the guy to ask that because I'm so like deeply like invested in the web presence, right? But recently Google made a bunch of changes and like SEO really just comes down to proximity, so it doesn't really work the same way. It's effectively made it, the internet has effectively made it where if you want any work outside of your local area, you gotta pay to advertise. And that's, I think, really where it is going. For a long time, the internet was a free-for-all, and there were no real regulations, and the underdog could kind of work their way in. But now, it's a good and a bad thing because you'll snatch up all your local business, much like how your yellow pages worked. If someone is searching for a screen printer, next to you, whether they're a mile or two down the road, it will show a list of screen printers as long as you have done the basic local SEO practices, and there's a million books on that. It will show you to that client that is searching for you. So it's good and bad. You're not going to be able to push like a national brand without paying for it, but you can snatch up a lot of your local work, which is what most of us are doing. And a lot of people that even have piss poor websites are still able to snatch up their local work because the search results are all based on how close the person searching is to your business. So it's a good thing. If you're just looking for a location, I would, at this point, definitely do a Google search, like a Google map search for screen printing, and look at all the dots and try to place yourself in an area where there isn't one. Right? You kind of want to be the closest one to like an open area now, because that's what's going to matter. As a matter of fact, that is kind of, if I were to move out of this place, that would be how I decided where I end up. And that way I could at least snatch up some of that local business in that area. But again, you got to be in a metropolitan area where there's people and businesses, you know. That's one thing I could say in regards to your website. Now, the website is extremely important for snatching up that local work, but it's also the landing page for your paid advertising efforts. This is what I would tell you if you're trying to really understand it, man. You need to learn Google AdWords. I can't speak on their I want this word. I want to use it right. Efficacy, but I feel like that's not the right word. But I want to use it, so I'm going to use it. I can't speak on their efficacy. It just doesn't feel right. But I mean, I can't to too large of a degree. I use them for getting live screen printing clients a lot, and they work like a charm. And I've used them in the past for getting screen printing clients, and it does, man. You'll get an influx of traffic to your website. The problem is if you haven't created a website that converts, you know, people browsing into clients, you're going to lose them, and then you just paid to get them to your site only to lose them. So you gotta study click-through, like ClickFunnels, right? That system, the sales funnel system. You have to study it. Not only that, you have to understand SEO, you have to understand Google AdWords campaigns and how to structure one, how to test different campaigns on different landing pages. And then finally, you need to do the same thing for Facebook ads. Now, I can't speak to Facebook ads at all, but apparently they work. And apparently a lot of people do search for services through Facebook. Don't know if it's true, but it's a thing. And then the last thing on the list, I would say, is retargeting. And I've been looking into this a lot. There are third-party companies that do it, like AdRoll. There's a million different, gurus telling you how to use remarketing to bring your clients back to you. And ultimately, I think remarketing is the end game because you get people to your site. But if you don't sell them on it the first time with remarketing, you're focusing all your efforts on just getting them back, right? So look into remarketing. So those are your things. I'm going to try to reiterate it one more time. Probably not in the same order. You need to start studying Google AdWords and how to effectively run campaigns and split test them. You got to get your website SEO down, right? SEO is just standard practice now. Build it on a WordPress website. Fuck Wix, fuck them all, man. WordPress is where it's at. Build your site off of WordPress. It's extremely easy. Google or go to YouTube and type in how to build a WordPress website for beginners, and it'll show you. It's literally a 3-click installation, and you're up and running, dude. So host your own WordPress site and get it built. And then last but not least is start studying that Facebook ads and then retargeting. Yeah, dude, the game of free search ranking and all that kind of stuff, I'm not a pro, so this is not gospel. Do not take my word for this, but I've felt the pinch too. I think it's over in large part. I think it's over. You got to pay to play again. But dude, there's good news, man. Like Facebook ads is fairly affordable. What else is affordable? Google's really not affordable anymore, dude. You can, if you don't have things dialed in and the big dogs are kind of driving the bid price of that thing up, you could pay $6 for a click through Google AdWords. So if you're gonna use Google AdWords, you gotta be studying it, man. But get a book on that and become an expert. I study it all the time, and I'm still not an expert. There's a lot to know. It can be as simple or as complicated as you want. There we go. That felt more like answering a Q&A question, but that was our business topic of the day, sort of, I guess. It worked. Yeah, next week, I'll have a good one lined out and planned out, man, because I really enjoy doing them. But when I get tied up here in the shop and I don't have a free part of the Wednesday, I can't sit down and like think it through, right, and make a plan or even think about it at all. So that's it, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the Q&A portion of the day. It's time for the Q&A portion of the print life. So make sure to call the hotline now. Dude, I had that voice down a second ago. Now I can't do it. Fuck. It's time for the damn it. Anyway, call 800-806-3518, dial extension 5, and record your question, or just, leave your positive, happy comment, or, if you really want to be a dick, you can slam a motherfucker or something. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but call it in now. Let's go back to this thing. Actually, while you guys are calling it in, let's not officially start the thing. Let's do the Instagram shout out, and also, actually no, we'll do the fashion. Yeah, fuck it. Instagram shout out first, and then, dude, this is not the thing that I wanted. I wanted premium. There we go. It's a couple of them, so I'm not sure. Premium Design Co. Today's Instagram shout out is going to be on Premium Design Co. Now, I feel like I've shouted out Lincoln Design Co. before, but this is another one of the, it's a design firm. They lean more heavily on illustration than like hardcore computer graphics, which I really like. I feel like there's a lot of pen on paper and then they just convert it to a graphic, which I really like. That's the reason I wanted to shout out Premium specifically. They've blown up over the course of the last little while. I mean, they got, Jesus, their followers are pretty high now. But just clicking through their stuff, man, I mean, you can just tell there's hardcore illustrations. They can do a crazy color palette if they want to. I'm looking at this one called Lazy Larry's Lemonade, which is, it's pretty sick. I'm down on it. And then the next one shows like a hand-drafted illustration of like a graffiti hand style font. And then you go right into this really crazy, almost 80s era souvenir jacket type of graphic, which would look sick. And then there's another illustration of this gorilla, you know, chomping a barbell in half. Just a lot of really good stuff, right? And they can do really good graphics even for, you know, like your local CrossFit gym. This is what I love to see with a design firm that's not only working with the big brands, but they're also doing, you know, local work. I think when a design firm does that, it's going to give them more longevity. Whereas if they only work exclusively with big box brands, I think it'll hurt them in the long run, because then their price goes up too far, and then they become unattainable, and then people stop fucking with them. Whereas these guys are doing it right, a little bit of everything. So yeah, shout out to fucking Premium Design Co. You guys check them out on Instagram. I'm sure a lot of you are following them already, but if you're not, it's a great resource. If you got a client that needs some custom illustration, dude, that's what all of these accounts are here for. This is a resource, man. Instagram is a resource, especially if you have a need for premium design. You guys, a lot of us are DIYers, right? We're used to doing everything ourselves. We deal with the customer. We do the art ourselves. But you don't got to be a designer. Let's say you're proficient in Illustrator. That's cool. Be proficient. But when a client comes in and they need that high-level illustration, you can tell them, well, look, I can do this. But if you need this next-level stuff, let's get you in contact with Premium, and you can pay a premium price and get a premium product. I feel like a lot of us limit ourselves to only what we find ourselves capable of doing ourselves. That was weird. I structured that very strangely. But you get where I'm going with that. And the world is much bigger and also much smaller than you know, sometimes I think, that's not going the way I want. The world is much smaller than we think it is, and we have all of these resources at our fingertips that we wouldn't have had 10 years ago. The internet has just opened this whole world up to us. If you got a client that needs some killer designs, just put them in touch with one of these people, man. Get a roster of designers from Instagram in your Rolodex that you can put your customers in contact with. You don't even have to call them. I mean, you don't have to be a greedy fuck and pull a commission on it. But now you have a client that's getting a top-level design, and then they'll always come back to you to print it. Right? And now you're printing some killer graphics instead of some graphics that you're like, don't even really want to take this job, but I will because I got to pay my rent, but Or you could get some clients, send them off to these guys or to Lincoln or whoever. Those guys are probably really expensive now. And then they come back to you with this graphic and you go, ooh, you're just like a queen dancing around. So happy. Yay! Look at this graphic. This is going to look so good on my Instagram page after we print it and post it. Hey. You choose what print shop you want to be. Weird. Let's go on to fashion trends. Now, this is what I'm noticing, man. This is why I fucking love streetwear, because you never know where it's gonna go. TDE, which is they're a record label, right? And they've just done a collaboration with Nike. And the only reason I'm talking about this, again, I'm trying to keep the streetwear thing very screen printing centric. And if you're only listening to this, what I'm looking at is some super clean prints on long sleeve hoodies and t-shirts, man. They're using Japanese caricatures, very 2000, right? 99, 2000, in a really neat way, though. I can't even explain it. They have almost that off-white writing on the sleeves. I've been experimenting with this style a little bit for the Monument Limited t-shirts that I want to release pretty soon. But it's just really clean. And the reason I bring this up is because in the screen printing world, I think we're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff now. More about large volumes, lots of placement in a lot of places. Maybe both sleeves, maybe something on the back, something on the hood, something on the front, something on the hem. Maybe you stitch a few tags on there. You get a lot of placements going on and it looks sick. This particular one, the TDE Nike collaboration that I'm looking at on Hypebeast, they also utilized some reflective inks in there. Which I want to mess with that more, man. I did some things. I'm trying to get a bright white. The thing with reflectives is you can't underbase them, apparently. But I haven't experimented yet. But I bet you if you did a discharge base and then you flashed it, right, and then you printed the reflective on top of that, it would make the reflective ink brighter, but it would still give it its reflective properties. I bet you it would work. I need to do it. I'm going to do that on one of my more recent ones. But yeah, definitely go to Hypebeast and check out the Nike TDE collaboration. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, I like it. So this was just a thing I wanted to shout out mainly because of their prints. So that's that. Now we're going to go back in, and it's officially Q&A time. So let's head over. And did it log me out? Yep, sure did. Sure enough, it did. Sure enough, it did. I'm logging in. Hang on. Hey, guys. You know, I didn't check in with you. I just assumed everything's good. But how are we streaming? Are we streaming good? Let me know in the chat. Is everything rolling smooth and rolling hard? Sonny Gray, what up? Jamie, what's up? Will Daly, sup? Jason Enns, sup? Sup, everybody, sup? 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 Yo, okay, we got some calls, guys. You guys ready to start this Q&A portion of the day? Well, I sure am. It's time for the dude, I want my voice back. You go back and listen to the beginning of the podcast before we officially started. I was nailing it. Nailing it. Not so much now. God damn it. All right, moving on. Let's play our first call, guys. Let's listen to our first caller.
Hey, Cam, this is Scott King with Scott King Designs calling in.
Hey,
I don't know if this is a silly question or not. I did a job last week, and I had to put a lot of white down first, and it was pretty much a big circle of white, and then I put kind of the colors on top of that. The print turned out pretty good. I just don't like the thickness of that white that I'm putting down. I did a print/print, so I'm just curious if there's a tip or a suggestion from anybody that might help kind of...
Whoops. Damn it.
From anybody that might help kind of just get that feel down so it doesn't feel so thick on the shirt. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Scott. I love it, dude. Yeah, it's the most common question asked from new printers and even extremely experienced printers, man. The thin white plastisol print is the holy grail. Once you got that down, you got the thing, you got it all down, right? And honestly, man, I've tried everything, man. And I've tried this, I've tried that, and I have my beliefs on what works and what doesn't work, and I'm gonna just lay it out to you, my opinion. I'm sure there are people that'll disagree, but that's the nature of this sucker, right? First things first. Sometimes I feel like the fabric matters, right? Like I've noticed that Gildans actually have a smoother print face than like a Next Level because there's so much fibrillation on Next Levels. They're fuzzy, right? So so when you're printing on them, it requires a much heavier matting stage than like the Gildan does. The Gildan doesn't require as much of that. And like I remember one of the best print surfaces out there, in my personal opinion, is the all-style apparel, that traditional all-style t-shirt that the streetwear industry started on. Dude, that thing, you could print the smoothest plastisol on them. It's so easy. But anyway, that's just garment selection. Sort of matters, sort of doesn't. Make sure your tackiness is up on your thing, and make sure you're monitoring those heat levels with the flash, man, just so that you're not building up too much or getting the ink to stick in the screens. In regards, dude, I can go on like this forever. In regards to getting it as thin as possible, you need to have the highest mesh count screen that you can manage to push the white ink through. Right, so for me personally, before I found the thin thread screens, I could not stand printing through a 200. But there are printers out there, manual printers, who print white ink through a 200 mesh. Now, I disagree with that for many levels. One, at a 200 mesh, it's harder to push the white pigment through, so it requires more layers and stuff. But you know, some printers believe that you can go high mesh and get a good, smooth white print through it. So up your mesh counts to as high as you can manage to push the ink through comfortably. You don't want to, I don't believe, as a manual printer, you want to kill yourself. Moving on from there, I heard one printer in the comments after I was so adamantly endorsing S-thread screens say that they felt like it was a placebo. But I believe that the only reason someone would say that is if they were printing on an automatic and they didn't feel the difference. And this is the reality, man. Once you start printing on them manually, specifically a 150 S-mesh screen, it's like a 48 diameter thread, you will not go back. You will not go back. It lays ink down. It's like there's less, but there's more, right? Because it requires less pressure to get the ink through the mesh, it lays it more on top of the fabric instead of driving it in. So it's like less but more. The print is easier. It releases from the mesh easier, right? So you get the much smoother feel just from your first pass. And because it's on top of the fabric, it flashes quicker. And then when you do your second print, your flash print, that second coat is smooth as butter, dude. If you're really struggling with your white print, get yourself, just buy one or two 150 S-mesh screens from Merukami. It's that 48. It'll usually say 150 and then it'll say 48S or some shit like that on the screen. Get yourself one of those, set up a white job, and test that out. Another thing with white ink is that you want to have a super sharp edge, so sharpen the shit out of that squeegee. And I mean, I've heard all these crazy technical ideas on squeegee durometer and like a triple duro and all these different kinds of things, but just a 70 duro, we use them all the time, dude. We get super clean white plastisol prints with them. And last but not least is, you've seen it in all my videos, that matting stage, man. There's a million things to call it, a defibrillation hit, the smoothing hit, whatever you want to call it. Get yourself a screen directly after the flash, do a nice smoothing stroke across the top of the thing, and then lay your next print on top of it. We pretty much do everything I just said, and I think our plastisol prints they're up there. The only thing that would make it a little bit better is if we had a hot iron. And if I had an automatic press, dude, I would have a hot iron that would just iron that base hit down with heat. That's the only thing that we don't have. But admittedly, we are almost exclusively, we're trying desperately to switch from the plastisol white altogether. I'm testing out all the major brands of water-based ink. I'm trying out Permaset Aqua, Green Galaxy, Matsui. There was another one. Help me out here, guys. God. Anyway, yeah, we're going to test them all out. We're trying to find the best water-based white, and once I find it, I will report my findings to you. Turns out it's not as hard to print water-based as I thought. I'm going to share a whole video on that here shortly. Thanks for your question. Hopefully that answered it, dude. It answered it. It was long-winded, but it answered your question. Thank you so much for calling in, Scott. Let's move on to the next question.
Hey, Cam, what's going on? My name's Andy. I live in Fargo, North Dakota.
What up?
First off, shout out to you. Thank you for the live videos. They're awesome. I love them.
Thanks,
Quick
man.
question for you or for anyone out there. I got offered a job to do a live printing in a couple months,
Nice.
and I'm just curious, what kind of things am I going to need to set up to do a live print? Any advice would be awesome. Thanks, Cam. Have a great night.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you snatching up all that local work, man. You don't need much if you're just... That was weird. I feel like I just yelled and we probably clipped out. You don't need much if you're doing your local area. Take this out. Because you can just throw it in the van or the truck and drive there. So in terms of that, you just need your basic stuff. You need either a conveyor dryer or a flash dryer. You need your inks. One tip that I do recommend is applying a low cure additive to your inks. That way they're curing a little bit faster on site. It's one thing when you're here and you can run them, you can flash them, do the prints, and then run them through the dryer. But out there, you're curing it with one very small dryer. So adding a low cure, it shaves that second off of each print. And those shaved seconds will speed up your process and get it done quicker. So try that out. Make sure you take enough spatulas for each colors, and definitely take extra garbage bags and a shitload of paper towels, man. Make sure you take your roll of tape because something always goes wrong. And double check your screens before you get there, because as you know, it's one thing when you're at your shop and you can make changes, but it's a whole other thing when you got your shit all loaded up, you get to the thing and then you look at your image and it's missing an A or it's missing a graphic, and now you have to, that thing's out of the event. You can't use that. So you just took them from a 6-color job to a 5, or a 6 graphic job where they could choose from 6 graphics, and now they're only able to choose from 5, and it was your fault. So double check your artwork, double check your screens before you go to the event. I mean, be super anal with it. I'm not anal retentive in that way. I'm not detail oriented like that, which is why I should never be responsible for double checking artwork. I've personally fucked that up. That's why I bring it up. Any other tips for live screen printing? You know, they hire you to be there and to be, you know, Johnny on the spot. If you're a smoker or whatever, you're not going to be able to take a break. So from the moment the event starts until it ends, you're going to be printing the whole time. Unless you bring a crew with you and you guys can swap out. I try not to do that just to keep costs lower. So it's a one continuous run. So just be ready for that. If you try to take breaks, dude, or if you fucking abandon the event to grab a puff, so you're going to look like an amateur and they're not going to bring you back. What else? What else? What else? That's all I could think of, dude. It's straightforward. It is entry-level screen printing. So just take your entry-level stuff and you're good to go. Thanks for calling in, man. Have fun. Live event screen printing, however stressful it is, it's a lot of fun because it gets you out of the shop and it kind of takes you out of your little screen printing bubble that we're all in, right? It expands your world a little bit. And a lot of them have open bars, and at the end of the event, after you're done printing, they'll share it with you. So that's always kind of fun. Depends on where you go. But thanks so much for calling in, Davey. That was a good question, man. Enjoy your first live event. I think you said this is your first one. Enjoy it.
Hey Cam, it's Will Daly.
What up, Will?
Love the show. And I'm actually digging the weekly vlogs.
Cool.
That you shoot through the week. Kind of like that format.
Yeah, good.
Keep it up.
Thanks, bro.
My question is, we've talked on Facebook. I'm using that Fusion 180 white ink, and I just can't get the fibrillation down. I've done the smash screen method and a couple other different methods, and I just can't get it to go away. Maybe my off contact's not right, or what? Got any advice for me, bud?
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay. I'm scratching my head because I feel like I did a how to print plastisol white video, but have I ever done that tutorial? Just like dove into the little details of manually printing a smooth white print? Maybe I haven't. You know what? If I'll check, I'll do some research and I'll look into that. If I haven't addressed this problem, because it is the most commonly asked question in the history of screen printing, I'll do a video on it. I do think also, though, the screen printers have to manage your expectations when it comes to the smoothness of that white print, right? Like, even when we do, there's always a little bit of texture, even with the defibrillation here, or the smoothing stroke, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But let's run down the list. So you're doing your print. I don't know what mesh count you're printing through. I would say now, like, again, after using S-Mesh, I only recommend them for printing at least white. You know, even if you don't use them for anything else, just for printing white ink, I would say just get them and use them exclusively for that. But if you're not going to, you're going to get you're going to use either a 110 or a 160 probably on a manual. I have seen printers manually print through 200s, even 230s, but like, who wants to? You can get a perfectly acceptable, really good white print through a 160 or even a 110. We've done both. Your emulsion, you want to have a little bit of a thicker stencil. You don't have to do like a double coat, but we do anyway. Coat, turn, coat, let it dry. That'll give you pretty much enough of a stencil thickness, and just sharpen that squeegee, man. And with white screen printing, I know a lot of printers don't get this, and I'm heavy-handed too, so I have to remind myself all the time. But it ain't about the pressure; it's about the speed, man. And you just, when you're doing that pull, you know, you don't gotta drive it down. In my personal opinion, with white ink, if you're driving it down, you've probably selected the wrong mesh. You know what I mean? And that squeegee, you definitely don't want that blade on some fucking, right? Like you'll see, just pushing on that thing, putting all your weight on it. If you're doing that, you're not sitting the ink on top of the fibers. If the ink sits on top of the fibers, it will naturally mat them down. Where you get fibrillation problems, in my opinion, now is when it pushes past those fibers, when it pushes through them, and it allows the fibers to peek through the top. So you got to just a smooth, clean, even stroke, and you'll watch that ink literally just peel right out. Especially, dude, with the S-mesh stuff, dude. You know, a lot of the times you're going to do your first pass because you got to kind of lay the first layer of ink down. You just put that there, and then your next pass, the second stroke, is the nice pull one, and that clears the ink from the mesh and all that kind of stuff. Then you flash it. You either do your defibrillation or not, and then the second one is what really puts that glossy print over the top of it. Now, Fusion 180 was... The final print result was awesome, but and again, I was using the Fusion 180 low cure. I think that you're using, I think I remember in your Facebook question, you were using the actual cotton stuff. I haven't printed with that. But the Fusion 180 low cure was harder than shit to print with, but for some reason, I don't know what it was, that the final result was hands down the smoothest plastisol print I've ever done. But the trade-off, there's no way I could manage it. If it run on automatic and I wasn't having to manually do it, I would run with it all day long. But on manually, dude, there's just no fucking way. I feel like I didn't answer your question there either, dude. There's so many little things, good screen tensions. I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like it's a knack, dude. Like the more you're doing it, you just start to the flips, right? And then you're getting clean screen prints. Like I know I have to adjust my pressure when I go from a discharge job back to a plastisol job, especially because I'm not screen printing every day like I used to. So even then I have to adjust my techniques, and I have to remind myself when I go from discharge to plastisol and back. So I think it's just a knack. A lot of it, dude, it just comes from time and trying different things. I don't know. I'm going to do a video on it because I feel like I haven't now. And the more I think about it, I'm pretty sure I haven't. Anyway, dude, thanks for calling in, Will. You know, God, I'm trying to think if I'm missing some little tip or trick that... Are you stirring your inks? Stir the livid shit out of your white. Aggressively stir it. What else am I missing? Make sure you're not over flashing, because if you're over flashing that stuff, dude, it does some really weird stuff to your ink, and it makes things stick in the mesh, and it gets really hard to clear it. And I think a really good white print comes from getting good ink clearance from the mesh, or ink release. When it releases from that mesh after you do your stroke, that is what determines whether it's going to be a good, clean plastisol print, or if it looks or if it feels like suede. No one wants it to feel like suede. Anyway, it's the best I got for you, dude.
Hey, Cam. Hey, Print Fan. Jason in. Quick question.
What up, Jason? Thanks for calling.
Do you have any advice or a good way to ship internationally? I have some people overseas that want to order, but they just don't want to pay the shipping. I'm trying to find any cheaper way.
Nope.
But it's just astronomical numbers. Wondering if you had any idea of how to get the shipping down. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, dude, I would hesitate to even consider shipping anything internationally for any reason, because it's just more cost effective to do it on your own, on your motherland. Like, so if they're calling out of India or wherever, or China or wherever, it would still be more cost effective for them to print locally than pay those shipping costs. I have not found a way to do it internationally. We won't even ship to Hawaii, dude. And I do have a lot of Hawaiians inquire because it's so expensive to print on the Hawaiian Islands, because the islanders know that they could charge a lot in the area, so they call, because they call like California and Arizona, like, holy shit, it's so much cheaper. But then after you account for the fees to ship it there, it ends up costing more. So the point is, if you got to cross an ocean, I don't know a way to do it. I would suggest, though, if that's really what you want to do, you need to get on the line with UPS. Like, UPS has representatives, so does FedEx, so does DHL, and all of them, and they can walk you through how you would go through the most savings. But dude, I wouldn't even fuck with it, dude. No way. Thanks for calling in, Jason. Very cool, my friend. We got a few more calls here.
Hey, Cam. My name's Madison. I'm the owner of RMS Press.
What up, Madison?
Listen, man, I really love what you're doing. I've just newly discovered you, but
cool.
man, I'm going to be sticking around, and I really just appreciate everything you do.
Sick.
So I was going to ask you, I've just recently found a spot. It's 1,200 square foot, and everything about it's perfect. It's a really super cheap price. The one downfall is the location is garbage. You know, it's not far away. It's right in the middle of town. It's just kind of in an awkward spot. If I gave someone my address, it would reach around, and I really just appreciate everything you do.
And I fucking zoned out. Okay, here we go.
So I was going to ask you, I've just recently found a spot. It's 1,200 square foot, and everything about it's perfect. It's a really super cheap price. The one downfall is the location is garbage. You know, it's not far away. It's right in the middle of town. It's just kind of in an awkward spot. If I gave someone my address, it would require additional instruction, if that makes sense.
Yep, it does. We suffer
I was
with
wondering,
the same
how much
thing.
should I allow that to affect my decision? Is that, you know, is that something that would discourage you from moving in, or
Hell no.
do you think that should have any factor on my decision? Love to hear what you think about it. Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, man. Hell no, it wouldn't affect my... Dude, I love the ghetto. So, like, I'm super comfortable in it. So, hell no, dude. If you're... I think if you're in a... If it's kind of close to downtown already, the proximity is still going to be better for you, even if it is kind of funky. Because Google adds more value the closer you are to a central downtown location. So, if it's close, that would be the biggest thing. Now... I mean, we have a very similar situation here, dude. We're basically like a back alley garage, and almost every client that comes through, it's a little bit of a struggle for them. But dude, the cost, right? Like the struggle, the cost of the unit far outweighs those little struggles, like having to take a few extra calls to guide them to your place, right? And a lot of these things nowadays, man, like most of our clients, dude, will either courier it to them for free, or they only come by after they're picking up, right? Like, so they very rarely have to come by on the first meeting anyway. I would not let it deter you in any way, as long as they're not trying to sign you up to some crazy long contract. I would do a 6-month to a year lease, or a year lease, and then you'll get a good gauge if it's something you can deal with. But if the price is right, our business is more of a destination business, or point of interest. I can't remember, there's a fucking term for it, but they look you up and then they drive directly to you. You don't need access, right? You don't need to be in a busy retail area or anything like that. They look you up when they need you and they drive to you. So if you're getting a good price on it, bro, I mean, jump, because if you don't jump, someone else is going to. Yeah, don't miss it, man. Do not miss. That's all I could tell you. Don't miss the opportunity. Just don't let them sign you into some crazy like 5-year lease. You try to get into a 6-month or a year lease, and then go from there. And always complain to the landlord, but don't complain to the point where you're driving them crazy. But just never be like, oh man, this is the best space. Be like, yeah, it's pretty good, but yeah, we're struggling with getting the clients here. They're having a hard time finding them. That way, when you re-sign your lease, it almost seems, because you really will probably want to re-sign it, but then you're almost like, dude, this ain't working for me. This ain't working for me. But then you're like, well, but yeah, we'll go ahead and sign 1 more year lease as long as you keep us at the same rate. Landlords are always going to try to jack your rate up, so be careful with that. At the end of the lease, anyway. Dude, congratulations on finding an affordable spot. It's hard to do these days.
Hey, Cam.
What? Oh, I think we ended out there. Let's try it again.
Manahu, Cam.
What up?
Hello in Pai language. I had a quick question on plastic ink on 50/50. I printed on some, and no matter how I cure it, when you do the stretch test, it cracks. But I've noticed where it's like lightly painted, or the ink is light on there, it cracks. But then if it's heavy and it's a wide design, it doesn't crack. I'm just trying to prevent it from cracking altogether, no matter how the design is. I just kind of noticed that on a 50-50 blend. I use Wilflex, Epic Rios, and the Lava brand from that I got from Ryanette.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if there was a special deal, or is there an additive I'm supposed to put with it for 50-50 blends? Answers to that question would be greatly appreciated. Have a good one, and love the printlets.
Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, like, you know, there's actually a lot of different ways you can handle all that stuff. It doesn't sound like you're having bleeding problems. And, you know, the stretch test is an interesting test because it's kind of like a baseline test, but it's not necessarily an indicator. Like, it's one thing if you're laying a thin deposit of ink on it and the molecules aren't actually connected, then they are going to separate a little when you pull them, even if they are cured. To combat that, you can add a stretch additive to it. Wilflex has a stretch additive. You know, you're going to have to monitor all that stuff because you want to prevent dye migration as much as possible. The lava stuff, like the water-based ink, I'm not as familiar with it. I'm learning about it too, but I'm like 99% sure they have these blockers, like they have a black and a gray dye blocker to help prevent the migration. You can also put the stretch additive in it. Matsui has a stretch white, which is perfect for that stuff. Back to the plastisol thing. Some cracking, dude, it depends. Like, there's a difference when you do the stretch test where you'll see it like separate on itself. It goes like right, and you'll see it separate. But when it's a thin layer of ink and you don't have a stretch additive and you pull it and there's just some like separating, it may still very well be cured, dude. So it's not a definitive test. If you really want that plastisol to be stretchy though, you got to put a stretch additive in it. The water-based ink always seems to be pretty stretchy anyway, but yeah, they have different additives for that too. But it sounds like you're on the right track, dude. I would just say put the additive in it and see if that prevents it. The other thing, though, is if you might just need to lay a little bit thicker deposit of ink. If you want to be able to pull it and not see it stretch, you got to kind of like combine all those ink molecules together, dude. You know what I mean? That's pretty much the best I got for you on that one. Did we nail them? I think we nailed them. What's this one?
Monahu, Cam.
Yep, that's it, bro. So thank you guys so much for calling in. It is 7:03 p.m., so we have officially made it through the Print Life Live video podcast, dude. This was fun. Let's go to the chat here real quick before we exit out of here, man. I got to just say what's up to everybody. You guys are busy hanging with me. How did we do? What was our live viewer count? I didn't even look, guys. What did we hit? Did we get into the 70s again? Yeah, right. Like, you know, prototype diving in here. It's like when you print so much with white, it just starts. It does. I feel like, and I hate to say this because I hate it when people say shit like this. It's a knack, but I do think with white printing, it does become a knack. You develop like this. I don't know, like a squeegee flip. I mean, you can get all analytical till you're blue in the face, but yeah, at some point it's just like you get it, you pick it up, man. So just print the living shit out of white, man, and you'll be good. Print a bunch of your own designs and your own shop shirts, and eventually you'll get there. Wow, what's up, dude? Thanks. Yeah, Indigenous, dude. I already answered that. Anyway, yeah, guys, thanks so much for calling in. Where was I? Was I wrapping it up, man? There's some good. I'm just kind of reading the chat too, because there's always some good, good stuff in here. Okay, anyway, yeah, I can't sit there and read it. But you guys, thank you all for joining in, man. Remember, we go live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I think, for me, the most important thing is for you guys to submit your shop news. So do that. Doesn't have to be big news. Just if something's new or something's cool, man, it's good to hear. Everybody else likes to hear. Even if it doesn't feel that important to you, a lot of people like to hear what's going on in other shops, man. So share the wealth. And I'll be sure to start sharing my news as well, although the vlog kind of does that. So, you know. But yeah, just start doing that. Keep doing that. And then also keep calling in your questions, guys. Don't be scared. When you call it in, it gives you the option. If you press, I think, 3 or whatever, it gives you the option to play your message back and listen to it. So if you're uncomfortable calling in, you can re-record it over and over until you get it the way you want and make sure that you sound the way you want, you know? So I would recommend that. Record it 3 or 4 times. Do it over and over again. Almost script it, and you'll fire it off, and you'll sound smooth as butter, man. So if you're scared to call in, that might be a way around that. But anyway, guys, thank you all for calling in. Keep your eye out next Monday for the vlog for this week. Anyway, we're good, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one, Print Fam. Peace out, yeah? I still haven't officially figured out how to end this whole thing, guys. Okay, we're done. I didn't make an outro screen, but we're done. So I'm going to come back into the chat here and kick it with you guys. Let me stop recording my audio. Stop. Hopefully that recorded well. And back in the chat. So, what were you guys talking about, man? Squeegee's dead. What's up, Jamie? Thank you for being here. Hey, you know, I do not, because I don't have time, guys, in the chat to fucking, I don't even, it's like I can keep up with it, but I can't, and it's always the same people. So I have a very strong feeling that there are like inside jokes happening in this fucking thing. Is that true? Let me know on the thing. Posted up some shop news about your first multicolor job. Fitment, dude. I'm sorry if I missed that, dude. As long as you post it, in most cases, I'll get back to it in the next one. So just make sure you posted it and make sure you write shop news in there. And I should be able to get to it. Sonny didn't make it in today, apparently. Yeah, I saw him earlier. Brian, dude, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for calling in, Will. Thank you guys, everybody, for calling in. Indigenous, I know you called in, dude. Dude, that's a hard one because you say it's cracking. I really wish that I could actually look at it, what you mean by cracking. Because there are two there's like a distinct, when it's undercured, there's a distinct plastisol separation where you'll see it, dude. But there's another thing, like if you have a thin layer and there's like little spots that are kind of cracking just a little bit, it's not the same thing. At least in my opinion, and I've tested with it like extensively. Mano, shop news. Okay, well, here's some. Shop news from Jamie. Going on vacation Monday for 2 weeks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You going backpacking? Motherfucker. How about that volcano in Hawaii, man? What's up with that, dude? Wait, are you living out there right now? You just called in and I already forgot your actual name, dude. But yeah, dude, that lava looked bad as shit. Like a death monster crawling down the streets, just fucking shit up, man. It's crazy. How did no one mention my hair? What hair? What are you talking about? Prototype. Okay, so yeah, you guys got inside jokes going on. Yeah, it's funny. A lurker who hangs out here said that there's like a lot of that shit going on in the chat. I just wanted to confirm with you guys. Like Ned Kelly. Who's that? Oh, cool. Thanks, man. I think. Sounds good. So yeah, I have very little experience with like spandex and stuff like that. Haven't messed with it much, dude. We just like I think I did it intentionally. Like I wanted to do a lot of different substrates, but early on I was like, God, all this stuff's a pain in the ass. And like we've successfully managed to get most of that crap out of the way, and now we just pretty much get to do t-shirts. I'm really into the whole water-based thing, man. The more I look at it, like plastisol pisses me off all the time. Discharge pisses me off because if you're trying to, like, we let our clients mix and match garments, so they might throw some tri-blends and some 100% cotton in there, but if they want a bright white water-based print, or the softest print possible, obviously you can't use plastisol, right? But if you use discharge, half of them are going to look like heather white, the other half will look like bright white, and it fucking pisses me off. So water-based, I think acrylic water-based inks is the solution, because they're the thinnest possible bright white print you can get. And that's what me and Jesse have been experimenting with, like, almost exclusively. So I think that that's just the direction we're heading. This whole vlog, I talk about it, and I'm also going to be releasing, like, a how-to video on the stuff, because I think we got it all, got it locked down. Got it locked down tight. Lava Death Monster. Hell to the yeah. Dude, that's a great band name. But seriously, what's up with that fucking... Is it just like... It's destroying that place, dude. Oh, what kind of ink do you use for spandex? Dude, I mean, it's just... There's stretch white. At the time when we were doing it, we were actually using the stretch white from Matsui, which was water-based ink. But you can just put the stretch additive in Plastisol ink, and it'll stretch. It just makes the shit pretty stretchy, dude. Wilflex has a stretch additive. I'm pretty sure Union Ink. I think all of the major ink manufacturers have the stuff you need to print on athletic apparel like that. Plastisol looks really good on stretchy stuff. Real good. Well, like pretty much right now, the only water-based we have is Matsui's Stretch 301. Or Matte 301, and then we also have the Green Galaxy Comet White, which is what we've been using currently. That's the only acrylic white I have any experience with, are those two. But I just got in some of the delicious, beautifully delicious Permaset Aqua, and I also got CCI's white in here, and then I've got fuck. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Dude, I don't know. A fourth one. Can't remember which one it is, but a fourth one. I have high hopes. Yeah, I'm sorry. Matsui just brought us a new one in. It's their new water-based acrylic white, and we're going to test that one out as well. So we got a lot of stuff to mess with, dude. I'm excited to try them all. There's something about that Permaset Aqua, dude. There's something about it. The labeling of it, just the fact that they're kind of like a cottage company in a lot of ways. I guess they're big in Europe and Australia, but there's just something about the Permaset Aqua. The gallons showed up, and they actually, like, their labels aren't a sticker. It's like, it's almost like it's permanently printed on the gallon containers. It feels like they take their shit very seriously. Don't know, could print like total dog shit, but it showed up, and I was like, damn. Like, if you had a rack at your shop filled with Permaset Aqua inks, I think you'd look up at it and go, yeah, this is why I print. You know what I mean? Something about it. I'm excited to fuck with it, dude. Really excited. Can't imagine going to water-based white. It seems like trading one issue fibrillation for risking drying out. So this is the thing. Yeah. You cannot print water-based if you're a one-man shop. You have to have... I wouldn't want to do it. You know what? You could do like a weekend print thing, and you don't print during the weekdays, and you just print all day. Or you could have like 2 days during the week that you close and you don't answer phone calls or something. But yeah, dude, if you have to stop and set it aside, I wouldn't want to do it either. Is it really? It's a good song, man. Isn't it the Pixies? It was in Fight Club. That's the reason I like it. Yeah, the Pixies. There you go. I agree. Dude, Inkings, if you try those S-meshes, dude, you're going to shit a brick. Even if, which it does change the look of the print, but even if it didn't, just how much better it releases, it's just like, blows your mind, dude. I can't believe the industry isn't talking about it more, to be honest with you. Gary, so you've messed with it, huh? With the Permaset? Yeah, something about it, dude. Like the way that it's their logo to me. And like the stuff shows up and it's got like all, I don't know. You get there's these things that give you that feeling of like quality craftsmanship, and I kind of get that from them. Don't know what it is. I mean, I'm sure it's just water-based ink. It's going to dry fast like the rest of them do. It's going to do all of the things that make water-based printing a nightmare. Doesn't mean it ain't awesome. Yeah, me too, motherfucker. Dude. The phone... This shit, when I was just running as a solo shop, it got so bad where I would like start something and the fucking phone would ring, dude. It would almost bring me to tears, dude. I would lose my... It's funny you bring it up, because I would lose my shit. And then you would see me fucking, you know, bouncing around the shop, screaming and yelling, fucking... running a shop yourself when you actually have client phone calls coming through all the time is one of the most character building experiences, and it also reminds you how bad it is to run a shop by yourself, and it really ingrains it into you that the second that you can stop doing it, you're never going to go back to that shit. If I had to do it again now, which I'm not saying I won't, I don't know where it would go. I'd like, me and Jesse got a good flow going, so I don't see it, but if I ever had to because of costings, I would only take phone calls on like Monday through Wednesday, and I would close it down and I would print the other days. There's no way I could go back to it, dude. Fucking no way. That's so funny you bring it up. Makes me laugh my ass off. I think the S-mesh screens are a little bit... Dude, you guys should ask all these questions in the hotline. It's way better, dude. You can like write questions, dude. It can be the same person. You can have 30 different questions. Like I don't mind hearing from Jamie every Wednesday and Jason every Wednesday. Oh, Will every Wednesday. Just call them in, man. Have you a list of questions and ask 2 of them at a time. Because it's better to hear your voices. I'm telling you, man. And it's also easier because I don't have to find it, read it back. Anyway, our S-mesh screen's more expensive. A little bit more, but not that much more, I don't think. I think like a regular 150 would probably cost, I don't know, 28 bucks, and an S-mesh is like 32 or something like that, I think. Don't quote me on that. Something like that. Dude, it's marginal. The only thing with them too is you have to practice more caution. They are frail pieces of glass. If you push, they're like 280s, right? If you push your spatula onto the mesh too hard, you will pop it. So there's a trade-off. Oh yeah, Lost Boy, man. Lost Boy TNT1 is about to have a very long night, guys. So everyone wish him luck. God damn. Yeah, Will, I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm not sure what the price is, but I don't think that they're that much more. All right, guys. That's it, dude. I just wanted to hang out with you guys in the chat a little bit afterwards. But all these questions, man... You guys write your questions down through the week. And again, there ain't no shame in the same 6 people calling in every Wednesday with a new question. There ain't no shame in your game. All right, fam. Dude, this was fun. I'm enjoying this more and more. How did we do? Did I ask you guys in the chat how we did on live viewers? Are we lower than normal or higher than normal? Let's see. This thing says something. Viewers 61 currently. I wonder if that was our height. I think we might kind of be locked in, and unless I do some crazy marketing push, that might be as good as we're getting until I do some marketing or something. I don't know. Or get new content or something. Who knows? Also, guys, you know, a few of you did... you fucking... Dude, where was I going with that? Went right down a path that I wasn't ready to elaborate on. A few of you guys, like a handful of you, emailed me kind of what struggles you have in your shop. But I need more from you, especially like a lot of the beginning people, the people that are just starting out, you send me emails, and that's awesome. Because I think that this will really be nice and helpful for you. And for the majority of you that are doing like 7 jobs a month and less, it's going to be completely free. So that's good news, right? So the people that they're just getting started, you're going to be able to use this shit for free. Just start building your WordPress website like right now. But To the rest of you that are going to kind of be a little bit higher in the volume, I kind of need to know where you get stuck. I need to know what your bottlenecks are. So shoot me an email, cam@monumentlimited.com, and just explain where your bottlenecks are, the things that drive you the most crazy. I do got to put this out there over and over again. There is no design lab. There's not going to be a clip art library. There's not going to be a fucking text editor. Maybe there will be a text editor later on, but in the beginning, it's just a client mock-up creator. So they upload their artwork and they can arrange it where they want it to be. There is no design lab. There's no need for it. Inksoft has that shit, and the Deco Network, they got that shit on lock. If that's all you care about is a design lab, you have two incredible options. So, yeah, there's no need for that. But other than that, man, the other bottlenecks you guys got, let me know the little details. I just need it in an email, man. And you can go as in-depth or as light as you want, but this is your opportunity to get those things addressed that you've maybe you've gone, oh, dude, it would be so awesome if this would just automatically do this, you know, after we do that. You know, like every time we do this, if it automatically did this, that would be amazing. Or if it you know, whatever you can think of in your mind, like tell me about it, and if we can implement it, we'll give it to you. This is your opportunity to almost build the software you want. If it's possible for us to do it, we're going to do it. So shoot me them emails off. That's it. That's the end of this thing, guys. Mikey, what's up, bro? Good, Mikey. Yeah. Dude, love the channel, love the vlogs, everybody. Make sure you go check out Mikey Designs vlog channel. They got some cool stuff going on. Yeah, dude, you just fire off an email to me about what you need, what you want, what your struggles are, and I'm going to get it implemented, guys. That's it for you. Hey, man, Grizzly, bro, you're backwards. You're backwards. Self-checkout is king. Self-checkout is king. Especially at Walmart. Oh, God. I'm having... Dude, horrible flashbacks. Walmart. I haven't had to go to Walmart in a long time. It's a traumatic experience every time I go. I don't know about for you guys, where you're at. I'm sure it depends on where you're at, but the Phoenix Walmarts are the thing of nightmares. They are understaffed, overlined. Let's not talk about Walmart. Self-service at Walmart. No, McDonald's doesn't have self-service, does it? No. Again, I still think it would be better. It's never self-checkout. Always says wait for an attendant. That's what the attendant lines say, is wait for an attendant, because there's never a fucking attendant there. There's one attendant to every 100 people in line. Fuck, dude. You know, and like I know Amazon's taken over the world, and one day we're all gonna regret handing them, you know, the world on a silver platter. But honestly, I'll take it. If it's between me having to fucking suffer through the experience that is Walmart, or have Amazon rule the world, I'll take Amazon ruling the world any day of the week. I'll take it. McDonald's is just as bad, right? Yes, McDonald's has self-checkout. How's that work? You hop behind the counter and you cooking your own I get it. You're not actually slanging burgers. You just hop behind. It's okay. Yeah. I like it. I would rather do that than deal with them, too. I think that there's like an IQ level that a Walmart... Dude, nah, this is going to get fucking wrong. Again, I'm speaking of my McDonald's that I used to go to. Haven't been there for fucking ever. But I think that they have an IQ like cutoff point, and it's like in 90 IQ or less. If you're above a 90 IQ, you cannot work there. Something, because dude, I will not go to our McDonald's drive-through or even walk-in. So a self-checkout, bro, I might start going back to McDonald's. They don't have it here. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. See you guys next time. It was fun hanging out with you, actually getting to dick around in the chat for a second. So lots of fun, lots of love to the Print fam. See you guys next time. Peace out.